welcome to Women of Color 2020 Reset to Rise. And we do that a lot around here. And I am so grateful to have a very important woman with us. Her name is Sharon Parker, the program manager for science synthesis in the R&D deputy area of the USDA Forrest Service in Washington, D.C. Dr. Parker, how are you?
I'm well. Thank you so much. I'm great.
Wait a minute. Hold on a minute. I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do. Okay, there we go. How you doing?
I'm great. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And I appreciate you joining us today. This is going to be exciting.
Well, we hope so. We're going to do the best we can, right?
We always do that.
Yeah.
So that's nothing foreign to you.
Right.
Right? So tell us, I think it's very interesting that you are in the Forest Service Department. Can you explain, first of all, where did you begin? How did you get to this place, right?
Right. Well, it started when I was a little girl. I knew at the age of 8 that I would follow a career in science. I had a vision. And I not only had a vision, but I could envision myself as this in this profession that this vision showed me. And it showed me that I would be a doctor or a scientist. And it was in high school when my biology teacher encouraged me to go into biological illustration because I could draw scientific microscopic things from the microscope to a T. But it was in my freshman year in my college. At Tennessee State University was when I was inspired to pursue a research career in microbiology. I had a professor that really taught me the love for microbiology. I wanted to be like her. I wanted to understand it like her. And she also showed me that I had a knack, that I had a natural way with the microbes. So that's how my interest in microbiology began. And I followed that career through my master's at Howard University in microbiology. And then I got a PhD in soil science microbiology from Cornell. So I got into the Forest Service because while we're here, being a Black woman, being a double minority, the Forest Service literally came to me and said, we're going to create a job for you and throw you in the mountains of New Hampshire to do some research.
What?
Yes. Because my
How did
background.
They find you? Well, first of all, wait a minute. Wait. How did they find you?
All I know is that I got a call and this guy from the Forest Service was on my phone saying, I need to meet with you. So as far as I know, they called Howard University and just picked me. I think maybe because I was the only one graduating that year. I don't know. All I know, this guy was on the phone saying, I want to come to you. I want to come to DC and talk to you about your interest in the Forest Service. And I'm thinking, who are you? Who said I had an interest in the Forest Service? Because I was going to go into clinical microbiology. I was going to study the epidemiology of microbes, how, their incidence and distribution within populations, not microbes of soil and trees and things like that, because that just wasn't my interest.
Mm-hmm.
So he literally said, we're on this higher the diversity approach for 5 years, and we want to create a job for you. And so because I'm adventurous and I take calculated risks, I said, well, let me try my hands at this. So I moved to New Hampshire at a lab at the Forest Service's Northeastern Experiment Station and tried my hands. Yes, didn't know a soul, but I had to ask them to do something for me. Mm-hmm. You want me because I'm a Black.
Give and take, right?
Yes, because my to get personal goal for me, professional goal, and I didn't want anybody's job or agenda to derail me from that. Mm-hmm. So offered me this job. I said, well, I will take it, but do you have any means by which I can get my doctorate? Does your agent, if I take this, what can you help me along my pursuit? And at that time, the government had a program called Getta, Government Educational Training Act, which allowed employees to get long-term training. that led to a degree. You can't legally say they paid for my degree, but I took long-term training, which led to that. So that was a caveat. That was a carrot for me to an incentive to take the job. But more than that, I was curious. And I'm glad I did, because I'm telling you, if I did not take that leap of adventure, faith, risk, I really would not be here today. I really would not be here today if I did not take the offer for their agenda, but I recreated it and made it what I wanted to be. And so that's how I got into the Forrest Service.
I think that's what's really important here is that you actually said to yourself, I envision, which to me, you could see yourself there.
Exactly. And that's so important. You gotta imagine yourself somewhere. Then you just move toward that vision you see yourself as. And that's what's worked for me all these years.
So you're in a forest environment in New Hampshire. Where were you born and raised?
I was born and raised in Louisville, Kentucky. I'm a third of 5, and that's my beginning.
But they have trees in Kentucky.
Yeah, they have trees in Kentucky. They have soil in Kentucky. It's just that I don't know where the inspiration came, but I just knew that I wanted to go to college. I was the first in my family to go to college and set some standards for my nieces and nephews to follow. But the interest in soil, I'm so glad I was able to take that leap, because now I have an appreciation for the environment that I did not have before.
So you are the program manager. What is science synthesis? What does that mean in research and R&D? What does that mean? I don't know what that means.
Well, basically, it means that I manage programs, research programs that keep R&D in compliance with the department regulations and with the Office of Management and Budget. And some of those programs, for example, are customer satisfaction survey. We produce papers and research and products that customers and users use. We have to gauge how they appreciate or can use or like our products. So I manage that survey to make sure that we are on track with what our users expect of us in terms of our products. I also manage what we call peer review. That's all part of the mandate by the Office of Management and Budget. Our scientists have to present their plan, their research plan, before it's published, to decide if the work is going to have influence on policy. I also am the agency's data quality officer. Anything we print, the public has a right to question, ask for corrections, because our work is funded by government funds. And so people are entitled to question what we do. So I receive those requests for corrections and track them down and make sure they're corrected and posted on our website.
Who's your customer?
Timber providers, producers, universities. In our agency, we have state and private forestry, and we have National Forest System. They are probably our biggest, especially National Forest System. They may be our biggest users, but university professors, research scientists, cadre of professionals who contact us for our products, our tools, and publications, and visit us on our website to find what they want and need from us.
That's amazing. So, little country girl in Louisville, Kentucky, right?
Well, Kentucky, the country. I'm from the northern part of the country. Okay, I'm from the most northern part of the South. I know
a lot of people I'm from South Bend, Indiana.
Okay.
And a lot of folks went from South Bend down to Kentucky State.
Okay, the HBCU in Kentucky.
Correct. Yeah. And so when I say country girl, because I'm a little country girl from South Bend, Indiana, because it ain't like 5 minutes big, right?
We're in the same neighborhood, sort of.
Sort of. Yeah, I mean it's like that, right?
Right.
So tell me something. When you look at diversity as an organization, what are the priorities that your organization has set in place for diversity, equity, and inclusion? How are they dealing with it? I know you're here, but what else are they involved in and doing?
Um, they, I just feel like as officially there are cases. I'm not. I cannot answer that question fully because I'm not a leader or an executive to know exactly what are the processes or things in place. But for me, I know it's important that African Americans in the agency, we have to make sure we have a voice at the table. Um, we have organizations that I know we have organizations that recruit minorities, we Hispanics, Asians, and African Americans. So we have uh, various ways and pathways, as they call them, to bring in African minorities, students, a range of diverse groups. Um, so,
And that's it. No, but that's critical. And I like the fact that you do have affinity organizations internally to help meet those goals and objectives. So, right. So you shared that. And let's talk about you individually and leadership. And we have people. Now, you won a big award last night. So congratulations yesterday.
Thank you.
And you're a leader. And so what do you think are 4 things these young people should take away over this weekend about leadership?
First of all, again, I go back to a leader has to have a vision. A leader has to be able to take people to the next level. A leader has to be very confident because a leader doesn't always know how to do something, but you have to be creative and innovative and to imagine ways. If you're not always certain of the answer, I don't believe you always have to have. I believe in having a plan, but even if it doesn't always work out, you have to be able to be flexible and be pliable and bendable to get to that end result. I think a leader needs to be self-assured, to be able to listen. I'm a kind of person. I am. People to know me to know I'm a planner. I'm a strategic planner. I get things done, but I had to learn that even though I may be right, I still have to listen. I still have to listen and take advice from others. So being a good listener also makes you a good leader because you can take what other people say and help embellish your answer. Even if you think it's the right answer, you can always use others' advice to help get to the end result. A leader has to be grateful because no woman is an island. We all get here with support from all kinds of things. So we have to be gracious for everything that comes our way to help us be who we are and help us live out and be the leaders that we want to become. Like I said, we have to be creative. We have to be resilient, determined, especially when things don't always go the way they need to go. You have to look at what you do on a one-way path, but that one-way path may have side streets that have 2 ways that you have to get off on and deal with life. But they're 2 ways because you're going to get off but turn around and get back on and keep it moving forward toward that goal. So you have to be able to be determined, persistent, and see obstacles as stepping stones, not as things to block you, but as stepping stones. So so those are some of the key values that I hold, that I uphold to be successful in my leadership roles.
Those are powerful. I heard grateful, gracious, resilient, determined,
yes,
persistent, and using obstacles as stepping stones.
Right.
And you have to turn a one-way into a 2-way.
Well, if you may have to get off the one-way toward that end and deal with the 2-way side streets of distractions and disappointments, and because they're 2-way, because you get off, but you got to turn around and get back on the one-way going forward. So I call that Success Boulevard, a one-way street with side streets that is where life really happens. All the I had to bury my mother and bury my father on my road, on my one-way road, but I got off the side streets to deal with that. But again, the side streets are two-way. So you come off and you make a U-turn and get back on that one-way road. So a leader has to be able to inspire that kind of vision and hope in the people she leads.
Girl, that's some powerful stuff right there. I'm writing it down because I'm going to put it in the chat box, but also those nuggets are huge and should be put on something, some plaques that people have in their room, because it tells you everything you need to know in that package.
Right.
Now, we have young people coming, they're coming here to apply for a job, and they want to work for the Forrest Service, but moreover, they want to work, right? And so we need to make sure that they're ready to talk to those people who are going to make a determination about their future.
Right.
Give me 4 things, and you can come up with more if you have them, that they should do before they sit down and talk to those people.
Well, I think they should exactly know, have a good sense for what they want to do. I think it's important for these students, these applicants, to make contact with that person to say, this is who I am. My paper may say one thing, but here, let's talk. I think it'd be good to invite that person on a Zoom session. Nowadays, we can't just walk in someone's office, but invite that person to a Zoom session so they can get to know who you are as a person, not just who you are on paper. They have to be willing to start somewhere although they have a certain goal, they maybe have to be willing to take an entry level to get where they want to go, and be willing to do that, but use that as a stepping stone to get where you really want to go in the agency. Also, procrastination. I think it's important that if they want something, to just go for it. Do not procrastinate. I heard, I'm a Trekkie, and I heard my favorite character, Jean-Luc Picard, say, you will never have a chance to do it now. And I think that is so important. Doing it now, not procrastinate, and let that person know that you're a person who are about moving forward, getting things done. And as soon as they finish that interview, they need to follow up with a thank you email or call, or again, being grateful is so important in life.
It really is, and not everybody realizes the grace and mercy that they have. You could do it all over again. The world stopped and said, okay, when I start spinning, go do the thing you most wanted to do, or think you might want to do, or dreamt that you should do, or a dream deferred that you want to remember. And it could be a job, it could be where you live, it could be anything.
If I had to do it all over again, I would be an opera great or a concert pianist. I love music. Music. Yes, I love music. And I think there's a gene for music in my family, because my sisters, we could always just harmonize on pitch. And so I do love to sing, but I've never been formally trained. But if I had to do it all over again, I would be a soprano, a great soprano, or like I said, or a pianist or a cellist.
Oh, I love cello. Yes.
Yes.
Oh, that's interesting. Did you take any courses at all with piano, or?
I took a course for a minute, but I had to I had to move, and I just haven't had a chance to pick that up again. So the music that's in me is God-given.
Yes.
So it hasn't been formally trained and polished and refined, but it's there, and oftentimes I'm given opportunity to share that.
I know you wouldn't bless us with a couple of verses right now, acapella.
What would you like?
Whatever is in your spirit to share on a Saturday afternoon that the Lord has made.
Okay, so this is bad. Will you cut this?
Girl, go ahead and do it, because I know you have a voice and you over there trying to act like you can't sing. I know you can sing.
Well, yeah, I'm very more lyrical than anything. So I'm not a gospel singer or anything like that. What comes to mind is what I consider what's called an introit.
Okay. Now, if you're going to do it, that's fine. But, please do not allow me to pressure you. We could have that conversation. I'll call you after, then you can sing. And then let's do that.
Let's give it a try. Okay. And this is what comes to mind immediately. Okay, you put me on the spot here, okay?
No pressure, because I'm telling you, we just talked a few minutes ago. I will dial your number and listen to you sing if you want me to. But if you want to go ahead and do that, we're open to it. So it's entirely up to you.
Okay, I'll try it.
Okay.
Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am God.
Amen, girl. Yes. And I have little goosebumps. I'm in church, like for real. That was good. And I don't say stuff I don't mean, for real.
Wow.
You need to do something with that somewhere else. Because see, you've been still and look at where you are. You have been still and look at where you are. And we're really proud of you. And we're so grateful that you won this award.
Thank you.
And that you're representing this organization in the best light possible.
Well, I hope so. It's been a blessing. It's been a great career. Thank you so much.
It has been. Thank you, Dr. Parker. And thank you for taking the time to speak with us. We're really appreciative.
Thank you.
And hopefully next year I get to meet you in person at the Women of Color. We're not virtual.
Exactly.
All right. So now how do people find jobs with the Forrest department?
Our website, through our website, yes, it's on the screen here, www.fs.usda.gov. And go from there and just click the link.
Outstanding. Thank you again. Please enjoy your day. And we have thoroughly enjoyed you.
Thank you so much.
All right. Dr. Sharon Parker, that was beautiful. Well, we're going to take a slight break and come back to Women of Color, Reset to Rise. I'm Marsha Jews, your host of Women of Color TV.